And what? And we're live.
Ow.
Whew. I don't know how much time we have tonight, y'all. We're going to get as much as we can done in the time that we have, though. Because we have the grand boy tonight. So, we shall see.
Ow.
Okay. Woo, praise Jesus. We made it. Oh, you know what? Let me get my resin.
There's something under here.
Huh? Oh, Lord. I know I have more resin somewhere else.
Turn that the wrong way. There we go.
What'd you say, babe?
I said I got some under the table here.
Oh, yeah. That's the one I'm looking for.
Grandma.
Thank you.
What's this? Ow.
Oh, man. Green Lantern better be careful. He's falling on his bottom. Oh, my gosh. Is this all our resin I have left? Okay. Whew.
Ow.
We'll see, y'all, what happens. I need to order some more cups, too, because mine are a mess. Oh, my phone.
Did you turn on your mic?
I thought so.
Can
Just
you,
making sure. I don't have headphones on,
can you
so
turn it on?
Oh.
it is
Can you
on.
guys
But
hear me
see,
okay?
there's Grandma. There she is. Yeah, see.
Connecting to multi-stream destinations.
Can you say hi, everybody?
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Flea.
What's your name?
Hey, Flea. I've been thinking about you.
Good morning.
Damar Hunt.
Good morning.
Hello. Snowy Texas. That doesn't even sound right to say.
All right, one more thing before you start talking, Grandma.
Okay.
Damar, when is your birthday?
It's January 15th.
Oh, it's almost.
All right.
Almost.
Today is the 12th, so it's 3 days away.
Yes. Grandpa, we're not supposed to be telling personal stuff on TV.
Well, he could touch it over here, but that's it. Can't touch any of the keys.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. On YouTube so far, we have Kathleen Hoovis, Flea Brown from sunny but smoky Southern California. Glad she is safe.
I am glad you're safe.
You and Ken, we want you guys safe.
And your families.
Eva Heron, well, I don't know of her family there. Is she got family there?
I'm assuming yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I reached out to her and she said she and
Oh,
her
okay,
family
good.
were fine. Yes.
Ruru2 says hello, Damar. And Shannon Booth. Over on the Facebooks, we have Mary Casey, Memory Williams, Snowy Amarillo, Madonna Frazee Rep. Kathleen Hoovis is also on the Facebooks. Carol Klauk, Chris Schmidt, Julie Brawley from Apache Junction. Mary Casey says, happy birthday, Damar.
Ow.
And Olga Zork, super chilly, Northern Illinois. Vicky Zach says, hi, Grandma. Oh, Vicky's birthday was January 4th.
Oh, happy birthday. We have so many birthdays like all blocked together right now.
Yep.
Because let's see, Jordan started off, then Damar, then me, then Dom, then you. And when is Christopher's?
No, David.
Oh, David's.
David's 3 days after me.
Yeah. See?
So
Just get 'em all
of the
in.
4 children, 3 are within the first 2 months,
Yes.
as well as Grandma, Grandpa, and one of the grandchildren. And then Ariana, Tiana, and Christopher are in the summer.
Yes. In the hot months. Oh,
So-
y'all. I'm a mess tonight. I'm apologize right now, but it is what it is. We're here.
Get another board?
No, that's the only one I could find. I don't know what you did with the other
You
one.
don't know what you did with the other one. I don't know why he doesn't like that one. They're the same.
Yeah, board's a board.
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's on the couch.
He's like, I don't
It's on the couch.
know.
That's where I found this one. Was on the couch.
Okay, you guys.
All right, so before we begin,
Okay.
real quick, if you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe helps.
Ow.
Make a comment really, really helps. And if you hit the bell, you can set up for alerts, and you can customize it to what you want. You don't have to get everything. If you're on Facebook, we would appreciate it if you would share, make a comment. It really, really does help the channels.
Thank you.
It helps a great deal. Also, do an emoji. The more you interact, the more likely you are to see this when Royce pops in. Oh, Donna Simpson checking in from Queensland, Australia. Good summer to you. We're freezing.
I know, huh? We're freezing and they're having summer.
Yep.
Although, when I say freezing, so just so y'all know, my friends in the North and the Midwest, when y'all hear me say words like snow and freezing, just know. It just doesn't mean the same thing here as it means for y'all.
So we would appreciate that. Also, here's the other thing. Because the young man is here,
Yes.
and because we have him overnight, which means tomorrow's a school day, he has to get in the bath
Yep.
and has to get in the bed at a reasonable hour.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Royce is under a time constraint
I
tonight.
am. We have a hard stop, you guys, at 1 hour. Well, we have a hard stop at 7. Well, 7 o'clock for us. So 45 minutes from now. We do have a hard stop because I want him to get in the tub and have time to like chill out before bedtime.
Yep. Angie, I love that you're having chilly weather. We kind of have this weather every year. It really isn't.
It's been dipping though. Like we got down to 30. Like,
We've been in the 20s.
see, that's
So
cold for us. now.
it's been a little extra chilly, but we get cold. The first day I moved here, there was snow in 2013.
Yeah, I mean, every like 5 years or so, we get like legitimate snow.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
So-
we live in a valley, but it's still a higher elevation than like Phoenix. Because I think when everyone thinks about Arizona, they think about Phoenix, Arizona. So not all of the state is like Phoenix. Yes, it gets warm here, but we're a lot cooler than Phoenix. And we live in a rural area, and we don't have all that cement either. So it's not the same kind of heat here. Like after dark, it cools down.
Susan Glazer, today is my great grandnephew's 11th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. Yes, that is hot.
Yes, DeMar is in the shed. And we had made a commitment to not go live when we had DeMar on Sundays, but I feel like I've been MIA so much because I kind of took some much needed time at the end of the year, like some time off. So I didn't want to not show up at all tonight. So you guys remember we talked about this. This was just a frame and George built out a box for me. So now it's a shelf. And we use these little, I don't know what you call them, but you just kind of have to drill a space for them so that they lay flush so that you can hang them anywhere. So this one, you guys can see, is it doesn't sit like this. It's made to sit like this because this is the way I wanted it. And I'm probably going to put like little chains or something on there. So when you open it, it sits like that. So that's the plan. So we're going to put some molds on this because you guys can see it's pretty boring. It's pretty boring. So let's get some molds on this, as many as we can tonight. But I wanted to do a mold program from beginning to end and kind of talk about molds in general because they are so much fun. And I think sometimes it's a little daunting to kind of use multiple molds to build something out, but you can build something really beautiful. This is a frame that I did a couple of months ago. One of these days, this YouTube video is all done. I just have to edit it and get it up. I will do the video or I will upload the video for this project. But I use multiple molds to make this project. And so we're going to kind of do the same thing here tonight. Not the same thing, but you know. So, did we say hi to everybody? Bye. I mean, baby.
I did.
Okay.
I turned me off because Damar and I are having conversations
My
here.
brain says the hangers are on upside down. Kathleen, they might be. It depends. Sometimes George and I get our, because I think I was thinking I would open it down, and I think George was thinking I would open it up. So it may be upside down, but eventually they will be correct. I have molds here, and I kind of have them divided. Oh, I didn't.
Oh, he's
I
not-
had them divided. Let's go through the molds really quickly. This isn't all of my molds, but these are the ones I pulled out because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. But I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of how my brain sees the molds when I am making something. So let me divide them back out really quickly. I thought I had them divided, but I guess not. I guess, oh yeah, I did have that one there. Okay, so I have in my brain, the molds live in different places. This is a first gen mold right here. You guys see how much smaller they used to be and how much thinner they used to be? IOD is always innovating and improving on their products. So it was funny to me to pull these out and then see them in comparison to the newer ones. But this is how my brain divides my molds when I'm thinking about building something. You have your, ¿cómo se dice? What do you call these, baby? These trimmings. You have your trims, right? And your trims are generally just straight, ornate pieces. We generally wrap them around something, right? And IOD does have, this is an older one, but I'm probably not going to use that one. I just pulled it out.
You may be on your own.
I know. I pulled out some older ones just in case you had these. You know that you can still use them. So the trimmings molds are ones that we use to frame things out, right? And so we have several options, different kinds of ornate frames. Some are thicker, some are thinner. It's a nice variance so that we can have differences depending on what we're working on. This one is nice. It's like the old Chippendale furniture with the bamboo, and then you have the branches, but these are still trimmings. This was an innovation that they came out with these trims are nice, but we kind of have to figure out how to put them together, right? You guys know that I like to use my little tool here, which allows me to miter my corners, which is nice. And we can do that with these, but with these, they actually came out with corners and with crosses, which is nice because it makes it a lot easier to build a trim around a piece. And I pull this one out as a trim because I do like using these pieces as trim sometimes. These leaves. And because they're irregular, you can kind of stack them and they look really nice. So you have your trimmings, and then you have kind of your ornate pieces and your swags. And so these pieces are beautiful on your corners. And these can really help unify your design when you're putting it together, when you're adding on either decorative elements or corner elements. So if you had one of the older trims that don't have corners, you can cheat and you could use one of the corners from one of the ornate ones, right? These are beautiful. I love, love, love these leaves. And these would be really pretty to overlay as well. This is an older mole, but you can build swags with these, and you even have a few ornate pieces that I like to call buttons because they allow you to button up your assembly to make it look nice and neat. They can help hide edges. And so, you know, you have all these pieces that are ornate. And the older ones, you see that they had both ornate ones and kind of trimmings on there. This one is a really nice button. I find myself using this one a lot. And then this one is for fall, but I still think these leaves are beautiful any time of year and can serve as kind of ornate pieces for your, you know, the projects where you're building. This mold was a newer mold this year. It looks different than any of the other ID molds, primarily because it's a lot thicker, which is beautiful. And you have, what do you call them? Like you have this one that's continuous, but if you cut it in half, you can make like little drops that can fall off of something, which is beautiful. And then you can button it up with one of the roses. So this one I find myself going to a lot because it is absolutely gorgeous. And look at the depth and the detail. Like when I think about, and I still use my first gen molds, but when I think about these molds compared to what we have now, it's like day and night, really. And then I have my buttons, and these are literally buttons. If you have two edges and you're trying to get them to come together and you can't get them to come together perfect, just make you a button and put it right over the two edges and button it up, and it'll look really nice, and no one will ever know. This is a first gen one here. And I'm naming these. This Rosettes is the name of this, but I call them buttons. And then I like to use the cameos for buttons too. I think they make really pretty buttons. And then I did pull out this one because this is my favorite one, and I'm probably going to find somewhere to put an apothecary label on this piece. So this is what we have, and I haven't made any real decisions about what I want to do. And I figured we could kind of make decisions together, build this out, paint it, and then paint some artwork to go in the frame. So this will probably be over the course of the next 3 weeks that we're working on this one project. So, do we have any questions, babe, before I move forward? David is distracted, y'all.
No, I also had my microphone down. Is it working now? Okay, good. Today is Yolanda Payton Jones's 60th birthday.
Happy birthday, Yolanda.
Today is Renee Amundson's 70th birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Renee. A lot of Aquarians in the house. Is it Aquarius yet?
Not until the 15th or 20th,
Is
somewhere around
I know I'm on the cusp.
Yeah.
So I know it's somewhere.
And I think I said today, Susan Glazer, great-grandnephew's 11th. Beth Ray, my granddaughter Harper, will be 6 on January 14th. So the day before. Weehaw. Celestine Todd, the view is fuzzy. Never mind, it's my glasses.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm looking for something to clean my glasses, girl, because I don't know how they get so dirty, but they do.
So other than that, no. The only question I have is, since the last time we talked, there were a few extra seats that came available in the retreat.
For the retreat, yes.
So I'm not up to date. I know this sounds phony. I don't see the daily updates.
He don't care. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
So I was just curious if
we do have
there's
a few
still
seats.
a couple.
Yeah, we do have a few.
There's
seats
still
available.
a couple.
Yes. So if you guys are interested in the information for the retreat, let me know, and we will post that. I want to talk a little bit more about some of the innovations that IOD has made for the molds. Two of my favorite is the newer molds. It tells you exactly like how much resin or clay you need for that particular mold, which is really, really useful. And then you guys will notice that on this mold, the trim just end, right? And there's things you can do to cheat to like overcome that. But with the new molds, you guys will see how the edges are irregular, but they match up perfectly end to end. And that makes it a lot easier to do like a long running trim on a larger piece. And so I really do appreciate that. One of the questions I get about the trims are when you work with clay, the clay is going to shrink as it dries. So even if you line up your pieces perfectly, you'll have some shrinkage, but you can just cheat and just go in there and push a little bit of clay in there. No one will ever know. They'll never know. I promise. So you can still use them with clay, but you guys know I prefer resin. So that's what we're going to do. But first I'm going to figure out which trim I'm going to use. It's probably going to be one from this mold just because running them from end to end is the easiest with this mold. I just have to figure out, I really do love this leaf right here. So let's see, I'm going to pick these two, and then I'm going to assume I'm going to need some buttons, but which ones am I going to need?
So right now is Capricorn.
Oh, right
Green
now it's
Lantern missed
Capricorn,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Because I know I'm on the cusp of like Aquarius and Capricorn, because my birthday's coming up on the 27th.
Am I the only one that thinks Capricorn 1 when they hear Capricorn? I got some 60s and 70s in here, so I'm assuming I'm at least, when I'm on my radio show and I say stuff, they all look at me like I'm a mutant. But this is my world now.
So they might know.
All right.
They may know.
Oh, Tina Burke is having knee surgery
Missed it.
the Monday after the retreat.
Grandpa.
Oh,
So she's going to do
Tina.
next year.
Okay.
The Green Lantern missed.
Prayers for a quick recovery. I'm going to pull this one out for a button just because I have so many options, and I'll be able to decide what I'm going to use. I'm going to keep this one out just because I keep going back to it, and I'm just going to assume I'm going to go back to it again. I could do bamboo, but I'm just not feeling bamboo for this piece. But I just wanted to pull all these out to kind of talk to you guys about them tonight. I might leave this one out just in case I want something ornate. I think I'll leave that one out just in case.
I'm getting a kick out of the closed
This one
captioning
too.
because I'm turning my mic off because we're playing Green Lantern, playing very nicely Green Lantern right now. And but I assume people don't want to hear this. And whenever I turn my mic on, it picks it up Damar, and it just like, Green Lantern missed it.
Oh. And I think I'll leave this one out just in case too. Because I might need, I don't know, I think I'm going to use any swags on this one, but we never know. So I'm going to leave that one out. I'm going to use the grape leaves, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one away. I just wanted to kind of talk about how my brain starts to organize when I get ready to do like a mold project. So I did not bring a tape measure, so we're going to do the Royce measuring here. And I want to just see how many trim pieces I need per section. So, like, we're just going to say 2. I'm going to say 2 for the width of it, and 1 because it's going to be a little longer than 2, and this is a little shorter than 1. So I think I'll be able to make up the difference. I feel like this one will be the easiest one, right? Because you can just cut out this little thing and just pop it on the end somewhere and it'll work perfectly. But I really do like this kind of a leafy one right here, but it's not very wide. What do you guys think? I'm torn between this one and the fatter one.
So Shane Sellers is close to the cusp. Her birthday is on the 20th, a week before you, Royce. Angie Champagne says, what is Capricorn 1? It was a movie with James Brolin, Josh's dad, and O.J. Simpson. I don't know if it was his first movie or if Towering Inferno was his first.
Is it before he ran through the airport or
It
after?
was probably around the running through the airport time.
Okay.
And it was about a faked moon landing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what my grandfather says. He used to swear that they just had a set in Hollywood that they didn't land on no moon.
Madonna says bottom 1. Angie says fatter 1. Celestine fat 1. Flea says fat arches.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. Let's go with the fat arches.
Deborah
so
says
2, 4, 6.
fatter 1. Patty Hogan fat 1. Tina Burke fat 1. Y'all are body positive.
So we're going to go for the fat one. So let's make some molds. We're going to make 6 of these. I should check and make sure I don't have any made already. Although those might be difficult to work with now. The cool thing about resin, you guys, is that a lot of times people don't like to work with resin because it's not as pliable as clay. And it isn't as pliable as clay. I'm not suggesting that it is. But if you trim it while it's not, before it sets completely, you can still trim it fairly easily. Especially if you do it like in the same sitting, which is why I like my Aluminite fast acting resin, is because I can get these pumped out fairly quickly and get them trimmed before they set and get really, really hard. And when I glue them and put them together, I don't have to worry about them shrinking. So that's why I prefer the resin. Now, I will tell you that the buttons are a little bit harder to deal with the resin than they are when you're dealing with clay. It's nice when you're putting the buttons over 2 edges when you're using the clay, because you can kind of push it down, you know, and really seal the edges, and you don't have that option necessarily with the clay. So I do have to be a little bit more cautious with my kind of corners when I'm dealing with resin than I am when I'm working with clay. But let's go ahead and start with these. I need to order some more cups, y'all. Look at these. They've been through some things. They just look so sad. And I don't even know. I have 2 more. I don't even know where they are. So this one gets all the abuse.
Dorothy Leish joins from Tucson.
Hey, Dorothy.
Donna Simpson, love those curvy arches. Me too. That's why I married her.
Behave. That's the only reason why you married me, baby.
Not the only reason.
Okay.
He's going to make his way toward you at some point.
Oh,
just
I know.
FYI.
Yeah, I don't know how much time we have, but I think we have tomorrow, 2 Sundays out of the month?
I think.
So we may end up being live just 2 Sundays a month. We'll see what happens. Just because it gets difficult. It's not fair for us to expect him to sit still for an hour.
And it's school night.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Maybe, are you guys bored with? We have been going live Sunday nights around the same time, 5 or 6, for 4 years solid, I believe.
Yeah, minimum 4.
Well, we started off Saturday nights, remember? And we moved to Sunday nights. So we've been Sunday nights for 4 years.
Can't touch that.
Are you guys bored with us yet? Are y'all tired of us showing up doing the same thing every Sunday? I mean, not the same thing, but you guys know what I'm saying. You guys can let us know. So I have my aluminite resin, and I have part A and part B, and I'm going to put equal parts. Some people pour equal parts into different cups, and then they pour into a third vessel. I just mark my cups, and I'm going to fill this one up to 20, and I'm going to fill B up to 40, and I'm going to stir. To me, that's 50-50, and it's all in one cup, easy peasy. And that is my approach for doing these. And the cool thing about right now, too, is it is cooler in my studio because it's cold outside, which means once I pop my pieces out of my mold, they will set up a little bit slower, which will be nice for what we're doing right now.
So we have the adorable Vance Bryce watching.
Hey, Vance, how are you?
And because he's watching, I'm going to do it. If you're at all thinking about coming to Safford, you can fly in.
Yes.
Now, there are commercial flights 7 days a week.
Out of Phoenix.
Out of Phoenix. So you fly into Phoenix, catch a connecting flight to Safford, gets you right here.
And if you're coming for the retreat, David will pick you up.
I will pick you up. I will drop you off. I may not drop you at the retreat. It may be in the middle of the desert.
He is not going to drop you in the middle of the desert.
I will not do that. Everybody says not bored, and Donna Simpson only just found you, so don't go changing. Kathleen Hoovus, we plan dinner around your lives.
Aww.
So,
that is too sweet.
And Flea, you're part of the Sunday ritual. We start with church, end with you.
Poor Ken.
But yeah, the adorable Vance Bryce is the best honorific, he said. He's adorable.
Adorable.
Vance is, you know what? I would say that if Vance didn't already have parents, we should adopt him.
I know. Although, babe, I think when you're 30-something, adorable is not the word that you want to hear.
I beg to differ. He's on the prowl, so I think adorable
Oh, my goodness.
helps
Darling.
him. I don't think he's dating anybody at the moment, right?
I don't know if we should be having this discussion in front of people.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, my gosh. See, Vance, we're just like parents. Embarrassing.
Exactly. And I want him to find someone.
I know. You said on the prowl. That implies like...
Well, no. I mean, he's not on the make, I mean, he's,
Oh, my gosh. Let's just exit this conversation.
It's just,
The next exit is right here, babe.
I want Vance to be as
We just
happy
got
as
off.
we are.
We just got off the exit, babe.
No, I refuse. I want him to be as happy as we are.
Look, Vance is texting. Exit. I see it.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to pour. And you know what? I really didn't plan well because I poured more than I needed. So let's see.
Renee
Which
says,
button?
bored never.
Oh, you know what? This one kind of has little mini arches in it. So let's choose this button right here.
Ooh, Vance is dating someone. Yes.
I already know these things,
See, I
baby.
don't.
Just,
You gotta fill me in, or I'm gonna mess it all up.
oh my gosh.
I'm glad. Good for Vance. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, Vance. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, I do the same thing to my own children.
I know. Whenever I'm making resin projects, you guys, I will generally have several out because when I'm crafting in my right brain, I don't necessarily want to be mapping in my left brain. And so it's just easier for me to do this and to calculate exactly how much resin I need. But, some of you, you guys can do that. And I'm going to cheat and use my hairdryer because it is cooler in here, which means that these are going to set up slower. So for our thing, I'm gonna have to math tonight though because I don't have a ton of resin. And I want us to get at least one side done. So I'm going to use the heat from my craft dryer to make this resin hurry up. I'm cheating. And I'm gonna have to pay attention. 50 mils. Oh no, 33 mils. So I'm gonna have to do, oh man, 15. I don't even have like a 7.5 on my cup. How am I gonna do that?
Sad part is Vance is going to have to look at me the next time he comes on my radio show. Every week.
Give him the side eye, Vance.
All I'm saying is
I know we have a marketing
man to be
meeting
happy.
coming up to discuss the upcoming Spring Festival. And you guys, the Spring Festival will be going on during our retreat. So I'll be bailing on poor Vance. I won't be there to help him that weekend. Because I'll be hanging out with my peeps, with my friends. Oh, Lord, I'm messing up, you guys. And you guys see how it's turning white? That's because it's beginning to set up. And you guys will notice, and I know those of you have heard this before, but I'm going to say it every time whenever I'm talking about molds. Resin uses heat to set up. So if you're pouring a larger like resin pour, you'll find that it will actually set up faster than your smaller pours. And it's because the heat that it's generating is actually causing it to set up faster. So like this thin one that I poured right here is going to take an eternity to set, because that is not going to be generating any heat over there. And it's chilly in here.
Got a question on YouTube from
Yes.
the best YouTube name, My Family. That's a great name. Please share the name of the mold that you... Please share the name of the mold with the beautiful leaves.
Oh, I know. This one is so beautiful. I love, love, love this one. This one is called the Verities mold from IOD. And if you want to see what it looks like casted, that's where these leaves came from, is out of that mold. These right here. I don't know if you can see them. I did a little bit of a dry brush of gold to highlight the details, but I love that mold, and you can use it on so many different things. And I think I messed up my mold tilting it back and forth, because now my end points are a little bit narrower, but that may work to my, I don't know, that might be a new plan for doing molds, because it'll make it easier to trim these.
Lori Trettel asks, does resin go bad or expire? I have like 3 kits that I've had for a little while that I'm just too scared to try.
You know what? You may want to pour them in some silicone that you don't care about to double check to see. So like if you have like some silicone cups or something like that, go ahead and mix it up and pour them and see what happens. Because I know that they say that resin goes bad. I have bottles that I had for an eternity, and knock on wood, I haven't had any problems, but I would hate to tell you that it never goes bad and you have a bad experience. So I would find some kind of silicone that you really don't have any attachment to, and use it to just test out a little bit and see if it sets up. If it sets up for you once, it should set up for you to begin, going forward. I hope that made sense.
You just covered up the apothecary mold.
Oh, man. I sure did.
Thank you, Angie.
Is my life. I'm going to shoot this with some heat, because this will seriously, you guys see this one's already setting up. It's because it's deeper. This one is the most shallow, and because it will take an eternity to start setting up if I didn't mess with it with the heat, because it's not like icy cold in here, but it's chilly.
Flea says sometimes the part B hardens in the bottle.
Oh, I've never had that happen, and I got some old resin in here. But the B is the hardener, though. You guys see what happened? I started applying the heat, and that one started setting up. So I wouldn't use a heat gun, right? That's too much heat. But this is just an embossing. This is actually for embossing, you guys, but I use it for a craft dryer. Primarily because it's quiet, and I can use it on my lives.
Mel does nails. That's how polymerization, happens with acrylic and gel nail products. If you ever feel a burn when you go under the curing light.
Oh.
it, please?
For what?
So I want to show you guys. You see how I just pull this out and see how much it's still really bendy, right? So if I was trimming this right now, I would still have a lot of flexibility to be able to do that. I should have had some of these done before we came on tonight, but it's okay. We will work together. It'll be fine. So I'm going to be more cautious this time. Dang it. I need 33 mil though, so 21. So on my cup, it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This requires 33 mil to fill this up. So I guess I'll do 40 mil, which is what I did the last time, and I feel like I had a lot of resin left over. What shall I do? Because as you guys can see, I do not have a ton of resin, and I need to have enough. Let me think for a moment. Do I dare eyeball it? I can go like 15, 10, 15, and then 15, 30. Do I dare?
Karen Moyer, I've used older resin as well. So far, no problem. If it does crystallize, you can put it in warm water for a bit. The crystals will dissolve.
Really?
Marty Hardy, I've had some old resin. They had little chunks in it. I was told go ahead and use it. The little chunks were kind of yellowish, but it cured perfect. I used it up.
I just hate to waste a good craft supply. Like right now, I feel like I'm being wasteful.
And Karen says, yeah, eyeball it.
I'm going to eyeball it because I don't have a ton of resin. And I want to get at least one side done. Because I'll cheat and order me some more resin before we meet back again next week.
Ow.
So just to let you know, you're at 643.
See, I knew it. When we come back next week, what I'll do is I'll have everything already poured so that next week, so this week we're talking about pouring the resin, right? Casting it, popping it out of our pieces. Next week I'll have everything already done and we can trim them and apply them together. And then for the Royce Cycles membership members, you guys remember we're meeting on Tuesday morning this week.
I got my butt.
And I am so excited.
Van says, can't wait to see everyone at Safford Spring Festival in April. Same dates
Yes,
as the Royce Cycled Retreat.
It is.
He's taken off. He's done with me. I don't blame him. Tori Cranford's watching now, the
hey,
president
Tori.
of our chamber.
I know, well, yes, she is the president now. She was the oncoming president in December.
Yeah.
Not it again.
And I hope I measured this correctly, y'all. Y'all pray for me. Say a little prayer real quick.
Oh, good. It's great about you.
I have a little bit of extra. See?
You know what those are called?
Yellow.
It's yellow and it's a ball, but do you know what these things are called on it? They're called dimples.
You guys don't do what I just did, okay? Never pull your molds out. If you pull them out, you're more likely to distort the shape, especially if you're working with clay. It's better if you lay your molds down flat and you pull you pull this off of the mold rather than pulling your cast, on your cast. Because I could have easily distorted the shape of this by pulling it out. But I was desperate. And I keep laying stuff. Oh, look at that. That's going to be, if I did a smaller one, it would fit perfectly up to that end. So if I was putting this on something, I'm going to have to rethink my button. I might use a smaller one.
Speaking of molds, Tori's an expert.
Yes.
Former baker. Now she works with our Small Business Development Center, but...
Actually, Tori bought some of these to use with the fondant for cakes.
Yeah.
Because you can use these. So you guys, you can use these molds in your kitchen for cookies, for pie dough. Like imagine a fancy lattice pie using these trim molds. You just have to make sure, like I would never take this mold that I poured resin into and then take it in the kitchen and cook with it. If you have some for cooking, you want to make sure that those are allocated for cooking and that you're not using them in your craft, you know, shed with other stuff. That would not be a good idea. Tori said she just had hers out yesterday. What are you working on? You're supposed to be retired.
I thought she was clearing everything out. That's what I saw.
I think what happens is, you know how it is, baby. You
Yeah.
have your nieces or your sister's niece-in-law who's getting married, and you know.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's
So,
got her doing something.
I'm sure she's not like baking cakes like she was before, but I'm sure she's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And Tori baked our cake for our wedding.
She did. It was gorgeous and delicious.
She thought I was crazy. I was like, I want a cake that looks like cement, and I want succulents on it. And she was just looking at me like. She says that I challenged her. It was beautiful though.
Cleaning out and having a hard time separating. See, that's what I thought. I thought she was cleaning. So
Hot.
it is
If
hot.
you have any of those lacy molds that you use with fondant, I'll buy those, Tori. Because I was going to buy some off of Amazon because I want to play with those. Be careful, Pop.
Hot.
Yes, it is hot. You guys see how just using my craft dryer, that heat is what's making this set up a little bit faster. But you also see that I'm moving my heat gun. I'm not just like planting it in one place.
Yeah, she says she has 2 weddings this month.
See?
So much for retirement.
I know.
Kathleen Hoovis wants to see a picture of the cake.
Oh, I'm going to have to find one. Tori, do you have a picture of the cake? I mean, I have a picture, but usually Tori comes and takes like a really beautiful picture of all of her cakes. But I know on that weekend they had a very unfortunate event, and so they weren't able to attend the wedding. Or the reception.
Yeah.
So have we told you guys a story about our wedding? If you guys don't want to hear it again, let me know. I won't start if you guys don't want to hear it. Now I'm trying to pop this out, and you see how there's still like a little bit of moisture right there. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes because I don't like that. Because when I pop it out, I shouldn't see like any kind of shininess. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes because I'm curing it from the top down with the heat. I'm causing problems for myself. So I'll wait a few more minutes, and we're going to pop this out, and then we can do at least one side of the frame before we leave tonight. What time is it? 6:49. Oh, Lord. I knew he was not going to last tonight because he's not hungry. He just ate dinner, so he does not care about snacks.
That's a baby.
That's a baby. Do you know who that baby is?
Yes.
It's Damar.
Is that baby Damar?
I'm scrolling back through my photos to see if I have a photo of the cake on here. I know I had photos of the cake. However,
I'm rushing this. So I
I changed phones.
Look at that.
So
I know he came over to the dark side, you guys. So you guys, okay, I'm gonna do this again. Don't do it like that. When you guys are when you're like taking your castings out of your mold, this is the proper way to do it. You want to put it upside down like this. You can pat it, and rather than pull on your casting and risk like warping it, it's better if you pull on the mold, and then you can just kind of lay your casting down like that, so that you don't have to, so that you're less likely to pull on it and skew it. So do as I say, not as I do, y'all.
That's Kiana.
That's baby Damar. So and I have I'm trying to think if I want to. I kind of want to put a small button in the corner. What do you guys think? Because look at that. It's going to be perfect. If I make the button a little bit smaller, it just wraps right around it. So I'm thinking that that's what I'm going to do. So this is still going to be too long, but you guys will notice how it just starts right there automatically. So I don't have to worry about trying to trim it or make it fit because it goes right there.
Billy says, tell the story. Tori says she does have a photo of the cake. And Angie says it's story time.
Story time.
I was looking through photos, and every photo of DeMar is a baby he's saying is Tiana, his sister.
So I'm going to go ahead and trim this one right here. So this is how you do a wedding when you're like older and you're getting married later in life. I did not want to spend like an insane amount of money on our wedding. It just doesn't make sense at our age to do that. And I have been the maid of honor and I have been at enough weddings and I see what people do to themselves. They're so busy trying to plan the perfect day that it ends up being a horrible day, and I did not want to do that. So we had a very small, very intimate ceremony with just very close friends and family. And then we invited literally everybody in our community to come to the reception that night. So David and I got married and we went to brunch with our friends and family. And then we went home to take a nap. Legitimately.
We did.
We went home and took a nap.
What's this?
And then we had the reception that evening, and it was wonderful. And I had 2 dresses, and they were just, maxi dresses.
Yeah, they weren't wedding
fancy
dresses. They were just your dresses for your wedding.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cold.
Because it didn't make sense for us to So anyways,
Those are cold.
so we took a nap after the ceremony and before the reception. And you guys know what? I enjoyed myself. I had so much fun. I wasn't worried about being, the day being perfect, and we didn't spend a ton of money, so I wasn't stressed about that.
What's this?
Are you a Cobra Kai? Is that what you're doing?
No.
No?
What's
And so I think I'm going to stop right here before, I'm not going to trim it anymore because I want to figure out which button we're going to use on our corners first. And I will decide that before next week because this one's too big. I'm going to have to choose something smaller. This one has a similar shapes repeated in it.
cold?
So I'm thinking that I might choose that one. And it might be small enough.
Tori, we didn't plan a nap. We needed
I
a
did.
nap.
I planned it. I was like, I'm going to go home and take a nap.
This is before Dave adapted to naps. I was anti-nap.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 'Cause
I
it gave you
needed a
like-
nap.
Yeah.
Now I'm in.
Well, because we had to decorate. You guys know we had it. And you guys, we live in a rural community. So we had our wedding in the ag building. And I had to talk the director of the fairgrounds into letting us have it on that date, remember? Because the the county fair was ending the week before.
Week before.
Here.
So a week before we had our wedding in the ag building, it was full of animals.
Cold.
Literally.
What's this? Cold.
But I think this is as far as we're going to make it today, you guys. I'm sorry. I will work on getting molds done ahead of time so that we can build this out together. And you guys chose the fat mold, so there's not a lot of work for me as far as having to build things because this kind of fills the whole space.
Got it. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe we should do like a button right here and then have some dewdrops coming down. I kind of want to do something different, not just do the frame all the way around.
If Tori sent it to me, photos.
Oh, okay.
If I send it to you, can you get them up now?
Theoretically, yes.
How would you like them? Message or mail?
Can you? I wish you can. Can you airdrop it? You could airdrop it from your phone.
AirDrop.
Yeah, that'd be perfect if you could airdrop it to. I don't know if you could airdrop it to the tablet. We can try though. That if you could airdrop it to the tablet, that would be.
It just says Royce Hunt. So let me see.
Yeah, but I mean it's iPhone, so they're all the same. See if it'll let you do to the. I don't know if you can do it. We'll post a picture of the cake later because I don't know if I can do it. Because this is my other phone. I know I have to accept it, but both my devices are busy right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So we'll have to wait.
We'll show it next week.
Okay, we'll show the cake next week, you guys.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
Damar.
Tori. Anyways, that was our boring story of our wedding. There was no drama. There was nobody, you know.
No, none.
I don't know. We were in the ag building trying to figure out how to, because I had a very specific vision on what I wanted. And so we have a pickup truck parked in the middle of the ag building with a ladder in the bed of the truck to get things hung up because
we had a bunch of 30-year-olds that thought they knew what they're, 27, 28-year-olds
Oh, yeah.
that thought they knew how to do things.
Trev was ready to choke me out, apparently,
Not
allegedly.
Trev. I'm talking about Dom and Chris.
Oh,
and,
I know.
And Steven.
Yes.
Yeah. There were too many.
Oh, yeah. The young folks thought they were just, but I mean, because remember we had, so you guys, I had everything vintage for our wedding, and I had all these doors I had been collecting, and I had them hinged together.
Trev and I tried to connect the doors and unscrew stuff.
Yes.
You just be glad you were not around us.
Oh, I know.
There were words that were said.
Allegedly.
Not about you.
Uh-huh.
But there were.
Oh, no. Trev was ready to choke me out.
There were words said that would be problematic in any church.
Ooh, because we weren't at church. Anyways, this is where we're going to leave
all
off,
felt
you
that
guys.
way trying to unscrew those things.
Oh yeah, that's how you felt about trying to unscrew things, not
Yeah.
about your wife, right?
No, it was the doors. We were trying to do something with the doors, trying to either unscrew or screw something in. I think you wanted them connected.
Yeah, I wanted them to go like that, so we
like
could use
an
it for a
accordion.
backdrop. Yes.
And we were it was not.
We got it done though. The backdrop was beautiful.
Backdrop was beautiful, but I don't know if it was done.
And we had the chair that I had painted to look like leather and some other things. Anyways, that was my favorite part, other than Mary and David. But our anniversary is October 27th, so we just celebrated
Mary and David.
our anniversary. But that's all we have tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. It wasn't a lot, but we will finish up next week. We'll come up with a plan. You guys come with plans for next week. If you guys have any ideas.
Angie, our anniversary is in
Kathleen.
October.
Yeah.
The 27th,
Yes.
which I always get the date wrong. And then Royce reminds me, my birthday's the 27th. Our anniversary is the 27th. You should know that. Now I do.
It's fine. It's fine.
I always thought
Were
it was
there
the
any
28th
questions?
for some
No?
reason.
Oh, thank you, Tori. Yes, I borrowed an antique scale from, I want to say from Trisha. And then we used that to put the cake on there for the cake display.
Yeah.
I had way too much fun, y'all. Way too much fun decorating.
All right, 6:59. It's perfect.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope if you are new here, we didn't even introduce ourselves. If you guys are new here,
You say, see you later.
my name is Royce.
See you
The
later.
voice you hear behind the camera is my
Damar.
husband David and our grandson Damar. And together we make up Roycycle Treasures. We're here every Sunday, most Sundays, at 6 p.m. Pacific time. No,
I've
5
just gotten
p.m.
to the point of it's Eastern and Pacific. I don't even talk Central and Mountain anymore.
5 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to join us, we are upcycling and repurposing every Sunday.
We are, we're 6 Mountain.
Yeah, that's what I said, 5 p.m. Pacific.
You said 5 Mountain.
Okay, 5 Pacific is what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's 8 East. It's always 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Okay.
Always.
5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're new, please come back. I love teaching. I really do. I enjoy empowering people to be able to create beautiful things for their hearts, for their homes, and even for their businesses. We are also live. I'll be live. Oh my gosh. I'll be live Friday on Whatnot, and we'll have an auction. And I actually have 2 auctions this weekend. What was I thinking? I have another auction on Sunday. I'm part of a raid train. I've never done this before, y'all, but y'all pray for me. And so I'll be, I think my time slot is 3:45 Central Time. I'll post something, but I think that's it. That is it. Hey, Lisa. But you guys have a good night. Have a blessed week. You guys remember there isn't anything I've done here today that you guys cannot absolutely do.